No one remembers exactly why the west wing of St. Augustine Memorial Hospital was shut down. Some say it was asbestos. Others whisper about a fire. But old staff still swear the real reason was never on paper. Something happened there in 1960, something so disturbing the entire wing was sealed overnight. Doors welded shut. Files locked away. Staff moved without explanation. For decades, the empty hallway sat untouched, until one night in 2023 when a security guard doing rounds looked at the monitors and froze. Every light in the west wing flicked on. All at once. And no power had run through that part of the building for 63 years. Welcome back to the Unknown Files, your home for chilling mysteries, abandoned places, and real stories that linger long after the screen goes dark. If you're fascinated by haunted hospitals, unexplained activity, and things modern science still can't explain, you're in the right place. Before we push open the rusted hospital doors, let me ask you. Would you walk into a wing that hasn't been opened since your grandparents were teenagers? And what do you think is more terrifying, ghosts, or something that pretends to be one? Drop your theory in the comments. And while you're here, hit like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who loves a good paranormal mystery. Now, let's step back into the forgotten wing of St. Augustine Memorial. The guard, named Marcus, watched the CCTV feed in disbelief. The hallway lights flickered like someone was walking through, triggering each bulb one by one. Except there were no motion sensors. No electricity. No reason for those lights to glow like they did in 1960. Marcus radioed his supervisor. Nobody responded. The radios hissed with static. Then the static flattened into a long, hollow tone, like a heart monitor flatlining. Except the hospital's monitors didn't make that sound anymore. Against his better judgment, Marcus decided to check the wing in person. He found the welded door icy cold. Not dusty, icy. When he touched the seam, his fingertips burned like frostbite. Suddenly, the door clicked. Not open. Just, unlocked. As if someone on the other side wanted him to come in. He pushed. The hallway was spotless. Not a speck of dust. Not a faded tile. The air was warm, sterile, like the wing had never been abandoned. The overhead lights hummed. Machines glowed faintly behind curtains. He heard footsteps. Soft. Rhythmic. Like nurses doing their midnight rounds. Then he saw something that made his stomach drop. A room at the very end had a heart monitor beeping. Slow. Steady. A patient was inside. Terrified but drawn forward, Marcus approached the door. The monitor flashed an unfamiliar name. Patient 17, status, unchanged. He pulled the curtain back. The bed was empty. The sheets were cold. But the monitor spiked, beep 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 beep, like something had just stood up and walked away. Suddenly, every machine in the corridor turned on. Ventilators whooshed. 4 pumps clicked. Old intercoms crackled with whispers Marcus couldn't understand. Papers began flipping on clipboards as if someone was reading through them. Then he saw it, a silhouette reflected in the glass window of a medicine cabinet. A nurse. Wearing a 1960s uniform. Pale. Expressionless. Standing directly behind him. He spun around. Nobody was there. But the floor had footprints. Wet footprints. Leading deeper into the wing. Marcus followed the trail to room 23, the room hospital records said was where everything started. He pushed the door open. Inside was an old medical chart lying on a table. It showed the final recorded patient from 1960. Patient 17, declared deceased at 2:14 a.m. Body never recovered. Then the lights snapped off. Pitch black. Marcus sprinted forward, hitting the hallway wall, feeling along blindly. Machines screeched. Footsteps pounded behind him. The cold air wrapped around his neck, like someone breathing inches from his ear. And then he heard a voice. "You shouldn't be here. We never left." He slammed into the exit door and burst through, falling into the modern, dust-filled version of the abandoned wing. Dark. Silent. Dead. Everything behind him had changed back. He looked at the monitor room feed later, and the footage showed something impossible. The lights never turned on. Marcus never entered. The hallway remained sealed on camera the entire time. But Marcus knows what he saw. And every night since, the welded door rattles softly, like someone inside is knocking to be let out. So tell me, what do you think is behind that door? A restless spirit? A glitch in time? Or something the hospital tried, and failed, to bury forever? Comment below, and make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Because on the Unknown Files, some places weren't abandoned. They were contained.